If you want to improve your financial health, one important thing you need to know is your net worth. So what is it? Net worth is simply your assets minus your liabilities. So to understand this, we need to know what is considered an asset and what is considered a liability. According to Robert Kiyosaki in his book, The Rich Dad, Poor Dad, assets are the one that puts money in your pocket, generating income without the need of your presence, while a liability is something that takes money out of your pocket. He explained that this simple knowledge of knowing what is an asset and what is a liability is what separates the poor, the middle class, and the rich, because the rich spend their life buying assets while the poor and the middle class spend their life buying liabilities. So for us to prosper and achieve our financial goals, you should make it a goal to increase your assets as much as possible and decrease your liabilities. So in this video, we will talk about how you can simply compute your net worth and why it is so important to know this. Knowing our net worth is quite simple. First step is to add up all your assets, which is anything you own that has a value. This includes your cash in your bank account, retirement funds, stocks, real estate, and any investments. Then subtract it to your liabilities, your mortgages, personal loans, car loans, student loans, and credit card debt. But be aware that there is no mention of your income. If you earn $1 million every year but spend it all, then you will have a net worth of zero. To get an idea of how to calculate your net worth, let's consider these two individuals. Sam, age 26, works in a great company, have a new car, and goes out with his friends every weekend. Every year, he goes out of the country for vacation. His annual income is 480,000 pesos. So let's see how his assets stack up. He has 252,000 in his savings account, 36,000 in his retirement funds, and a brand new car worth 800,000 pesos. His assets add up to 1,088,000. But what about his liabilities? Car loan worth 700,000 and a credit card balance of 400,000, a total of 1,100,000 of liability. So with 1,088,000 in assets minus 1,100,000 in liabilities equals to negative 12,000. This means he has a negative net worth and owes more in liabilities than his total assets. Now Sam's financial health is like this because he believes that his income can cover all of his expenses and luxuries. And take note, a car depreciates its value over time. It is said that a brand new car loses somewhere between 9 to 11% of its value the moment it is driven off the lot. So in just a minute, that's how fast it loses its value. Sam in this example really needs to improve his financial standing. Now let's take a look at John. Age 26, works as a teacher at a school within walking distance from his house and has an interest and is eager to learn about dividend investing. He makes it to a point to invest in the stock market regularly. He treats himself to a vacation only on the local beach so that he could minimize his spending. Let's just say he's a very frugal person. Here's how his finances look. He has 120,000 in his savings account. That's twice as less than Sam's savings. 16,800 in his retirement fund, and John invests religiously every month in the stock market. Since he started 3 years ago, he has accumulated 420,000 with capital gains and dividends reinvested. So his assets add up to 556,800. That is slightly above half of Sam's assets. But what about his liabilities? A 100,000 on his credit card and a 50,000 on his medical bill, which totals 150,000. That's a big difference from Sam. So his net worth is 406,800. This means John has a positive net worth. So what do these examples show us? When you look at it, you'll think that Sam is much wealthier, having a brand new car and works at a great company, but appearances are meaningless when calculating wealth. There's a saying from the book The Millionaire Next Door, "Big hat, no cattle." Many individuals were amazed by the shiny status symbols like driving a luxurious car and wearing designer clothes as examples of someone wealthy. But you must take everything into consideration, which means accounting for all assets and subtracting all liabilities. So if you want to improve your financial situation, knowing your net worth is a good start because first and foremost, having a definitive number lets you have a clear picture of your financial progress. By comparing how much your net worth from each month, you can see how you're doing financially. If it's moving up, you're trending in the right direction. If you find it is declining, even when you start earning more, then it's a clear sign that you need to make some adjustments in your financial life. Not knowing where your finances stand is like you running on a hamster wheel. The wheel is spinning fast, but you're not going anywhere. Darren Hardy, the author of The Compound Effect, emphasizes tracking your progress. He said, "Tracking is a simple exercise. It works because it brings moment-to-moment awareness to the actions you take in the area of your life you want to improve." Now in life, tracking does not only help in your finances. If you want to be stronger, track how much weight you're lifting and gradually increase it. Do you want to lose weight? Count your calorie intake and check your weight often. Want to be rich? Track everything that comes in and goes out of your wallet. The advancement of technology has made this easier for us. There are a lot of apps that help us with this. So if I were you, I'd start tracking right now. It's a good habit to develop. Second, it can provide motivation. Knowing your net worth is essential to setting your short-term and long-term goals, whether it's getting out of debt or saving $1 million. Having a clear picture of where you stand is the best way to improve on something. Imagine it like playing a video game, wherein you can see your level, which is in real life our net worth. So you can set it like every time you add 100K to your net worth, you increase one level higher. This in turn would let you feel that sense of achieving something. That sense of achievement is what sustains interest and attention. This feeling was backed up by science. When you achieve something, your brain releases dopamine in response to a pleasurable feeling. So whenever you level up, the brain releases more dopamine, which develops a strong drive to seek out that same pleasure again and again. That's why as you reach your goals, you are excited about getting additional ones. Now, if you want to dive into making your life like a video game, I have a video talking all about this. I'll leave a link below. I really suggest you watch it. Third, it gives the true value of your assets. It wakes you up to the downside of debt and also to remind you that there are assets like a car that lose its value over time. When you record your net worth, you can see your financial situation in black and white, exactly how much value your assets are and how much you owe from them. Calculating your net worth will give you the debt portion of that equation. If it's negative, then your aim should be to get rid of your loans as quickly as possible. Fourth, helps you make better financial decisions. By understanding where your money has gone in the past versus where you want it to go in the future, having an idea of what your assets and liabilities are, you can focus on what area to improve on to keep you from overspending. To reduce unnecessary spending, your needs should represent the majority of your expenses. Just because you can afford it doesn't mean you have to buy it. Consider if something is a need or a want before you purchase. Do you really need to buy that 25,000 pesos wristwatch wherein a less expensive one will do just fine? Though it can really take time to build your net worth, you can speed up the process by making incremental progress with some strategic planning, and this is one way to start it, by removing unnecessary spending. Lastly, it refocuses your financial emphasis beyond income. Now for most people, knowing their net worth doesn't seem particularly important. As long as you can pay your bills, you may not be too worried about how much you're worth from a financial stability perspective. But are you sure you're doing fine? The calculation of your net worth forces you to confront the realities of where you stand financially. Having a large sum of income doesn't mean you're on the right track and settled after retirement. Reviewing your net worth over time can help you determine where you are and how to get where you want to be. So with that, this ends this video. So if you find this video helpful, be sure before you leave to hit the like button. And if you still aren't subscribed yet, be sure to hit the subscribe button as well to be notified whenever I post a new video. Thank you and see you in the next video.